I'm going to be sharing with you in this video why you are not satisfied with your life right now. Why perhaps what you may be doing in your life may be causing you a lot of dissatisfaction. And this doesn't have to apply to you in particular. This could apply to any human being that maybe you know, maybe a family member. This is going to be why any single human being on the planet may be dissatisfied with their life right now, because there's a lot of things happening on the planet right now. A lot of people are becoming conscious of the fact that they don't necessarily enjoy the path that they've been on. They don't necessarily enjoy what they've been doing with their life. They don't necessarily feel fulfilled with the path that they've been following. And this is because a lot of people are becoming more conscious of what it is that they really want to do, because they've been having so much time to pull their energy in. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why you are not satisfied with your life right now, or pretty much any single human being, and why they may not be satisfied with the path that they've been on. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So the first thing I want to share with you in regards to why you may not be satisfied with your life right now, or why any single human being on the planet may not be satisfied right now, is because there's a lack of vision and purpose. One of the things that I learned in my life is that to have a sense of a vision or a purpose, or moving in some sort of direction, having a goal. Not to say that we're going to be totally lost in that goal and to be dependent on that goal, because also something that I learned is that to enjoy the process of life is what creates a lot of fulfillment, but to have some sort of a vision, to have some sort of a purpose to move towards. Because as humans, we're very purpose driven. If we're just in total chaos and we have no sense of purpose, there's no sense of I'm going after something. There's no sense of contentness where you know that you're going after something. Now, contentness is not fully about having a purpose, but it's part of it. Part of the process of life is to move towards something and to be manifesting something that you really want to manifest in your life. And a lot of people don't have that. They don't have a sense of, I want to create something for me. I want to create something for myself. Something that they want to create, something that their heart, something that their soul really wants to create. We lack this sense of connection. We lack this sense of purpose. We lack a sense of going after something because we really want to see something happen in our life that we're truly passionate about. And that's the first reason why you may not be satisfied, is a lack of a vision and a purpose. Or any single human being. It doesn't have to be towards you in particular, but any human being. If there's a lack of satisfaction, one of the first things to consider is, where are you moving towards? What are you moving towards? Where are you going? If you keep doing the same things that you're doing now in your life, are you going to be where you want to be in 3 to 5 years? Now, for a lot of people, that's a very long distance to look towards. But I don't know about you, but my life seems to be speeding up. And one of the keys is to have some kind of a vision, some kind of a purpose. And this is just what I noticed humans want in my life when I started to have a sense of purpose for my channel, a sense of purpose for wanting to leave an impact on the planet, leave an impact and help people to raise their vibration, help people to become more conscious. A sense of, I have to do something that's much greater than just for me. And I know I did say that it was for me, and it's interesting because it is for you, but inherently when you follow what you love to do, it's going to leave an impact on the planet as well. That's just how it is. That's how it usually works. When you're following your passion, you're usually leaving a strong impact on providing a lot of value for the humans on this planet as well. So the key is to understand that following some kind of purpose is not only going to satisfy you, but it's going to impact the planet in a way where you create what I call the win-win scenario, where not only do you win, but the people around you win. And the entire planet actually wins. And that's the first thing you can do to become more satisfied in your life right now, is create and connect to what you want. Now, if you don't know what that is, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just understand that there is something that you love to do, and maybe you haven't found it yet. Maybe you already do know what it is, so go after it. But whatever it is, you can actually choose it. It's just a matter of how it feels in your body. That's what awakening is really about, is going after what feels good to you, what connects you deeper to the present moment, and what feels like it's giving you a sense of purpose. Because we create meaning as humans. It's whatever feels right to you. Now, the second reason why you may not be satisfied with your life right now, or any human being on the planet may not be satisfied right now, is because there's too much focus on the external world and not enough focus in the internal. Here's where I stand when it comes to materialism and creating success and attracting what you want. I think that if you have a desire to make a lot of money in your life or to create a lot of external success, I would say, even if you're spiritual, which I'm pretty spiritual, but I just want to make it clear that that word has lost a lot of meaning these days, and people don't fully understand what the essence of spirituality, so to speak, is really about, but we'll get to that later. I feel like there's too much focus on the external for a lot of people. Now again, there's nothing wrong with creating lots of money, lots of success, lots of what you want. In fact, I would say if you have a desire, don't suppress that desire and don't pretend that you don't want to go after that desire, because you should be more spiritual and should be more connected to the present moment. I would say if you have a desire to create more money, if you have a desire for more external success, I would say go after it 100%. Not 10%, not 50, 100%. But here's the other side of the coin. When you're too lost in the external, what I've noticed in my life is that when I'm too lost in the external world, when I'm too lost in trying to get something outside of me, thinking that external things are going to satisfy my soul and satisfy how I feel in the present moment, I start to feel dissatisfied. I start to feel like I'm not enjoying my life. So what I do in my life is I merge the external and the internal. The key is to pull your energy in and realize that all fulfillment really does come from within you. And that doesn't mean that you don't go after what you want. It just means having a balance of the masculine and the feminine polarities of life. See, I'm mostly in my masculine, but I also have a touch of feminine with whatever it is that I do. And I'm always, this is just my value system, and this is how I live my life. I always make sure to stay as connected to the present moment as possible and enjoy the process of creating what I want in the external world. And sometimes I get lost in the external. Happens to me all the time. I'm trying to create something, trying to get more money, trying to get more success, grow my YouTube channel, and then I just get too lost in the external, and then I have to realize over and over and over that true fulfillment comes from a connection to the present moment, comes from a connection to who you are, comes from pulling your energy in and realizing that external success is great, but it's not going to fully satisfy your soul. Achieving something is great, but what is the point if you can't enjoy the process of what you're going after? So many people on the planet are going after a vision, having that sense of purpose, having that sense of masculinity, but then they lose themselves in the external, which I'm guilty of. Happens to me all the time, so don't think that I'm some saint here. I always get lost in the external, but when I do, I realize that I have to pull my energy in. And so if there's too much focus on the external and not enough energy in the internal, what I found is that creates a strong sense of dissatisfaction, feeling burned out, not feeling connected to the present moment, and it creates a lack of fulfillment. And so what does it mean to pull your energy in? For me personally, that means to slow my life down and enjoy the process. Do more meditations, go for more walks, do things that are going to allow me to fill my own cup so that then I can show up into my purpose in a much stronger way. So that then I can show up for my community in a much more powerful way. So that then I can show up for my clients in a much more powerful way, because I have to fill up my own cup first. If I get too lost in YouTube, too lost in my clients, which is, I love my clients, I love my community, I love YouTube, but when I get too lost in that, that's when I start to feel dissatisfied. And that's just how it is for me. That's my value system. Your value system could be different. My value system is to always have a touch of my awareness connected into the internal world, because I found that's what creates a lot of fulfillment for me personally. And if you're feeling dissatisfied, question, maybe there's too much focus in the external. Now, the third thing I want to share with you in regards to why you may not be satisfied right now, or any human being on the planet may not be satisfied right now, and why that's the case, is they're living, and this is huge, this is absolutely huge. This is what a lot of people are realizing on the planet right now. A lot of people on the planet right now are realizing this right here, which is they're living a life that isn't theirs. One of the biggest reasons that people feel dissatisfied, why you may feel dissatisfied in your life right now, is you may be living a life that's not yours. Because we're conditioned in a society where we have to do things for other people all the time. And I'm all for service. Everything that I do is to serve the world. But are you doing what you want because it's aligned with who you are? Or are you doing it because somebody put an obligation on you to follow a path that you don't want to do? Everything ultimately leads to service to other. But the question is, are you doing it because it's aligned with your path? Or because somebody else laid out a path for you based on their values, based on their conditioning and their culture, and what they think is good for you? Are you following the path that you want to follow, or are you following a path that somebody laid out for you and you agreed to that unconsciously? You see, a lot of people live their life because their family wants something for them, or because their friends told them that it's a good idea to do this because of logical reasons, like you make more money or you get this. A lot of people do things because society has told them that this is the path to follow. But if you're not feeling fulfilled, it's not aligned with your value system, that doesn't mean that it's the right path to follow. What I think is that there's no right path to follow. It's whatever you want to do. Whatever you enjoy in your life is the right path to follow. Whatever brings you fulfillment is the right path to follow. If it's not bringing you joy, if it's not bringing you peace, if it's not bringing you fulfillment, if it's not bringing you satisfaction on a daily basis where you enjoy the process of what you're doing, not because you're doing it just for some end goal, but because you love the process on a consistent basis, remember, tomorrow's not guaranteed. We have a short time on this planet, and the question is, are you feeling fulfilled and enjoying the process on a daily basis? And I would never say that to put fear into somebody. When I say a statement like, tomorrow's not guaranteed, I'm saying that because it's so important, at least based on my value system, to be totally aligned with what we really want to be doing on a daily basis, to enjoy the process on a daily basis. And the question is, are you living a life that's not yours? And if you are, that could be the reason you're dissatisfied. This is what a lot of people are waking up to right now with what's going on in the planet. They're realizing that they haven't been living a life for them. They've been living a life for somebody else. Now, this is not about being selfish, because what happens is that when you follow your path, inherently, you are going to be more selfless and provide so much value to the world. If you finally decide to become that artist, to become that YouTuber, to become whatever your soul wants to create, it doesn't even have to be anything that somebody has done before. It doesn't have to be anything that makes you a lot of money. It doesn't have to be anything that gets you anything. When you follow what brings you joy, you bring joy to the planet. That's a huge thing to understand. I'm going to say that one more time. When you follow what brings you joy, you bring joy to the planet. And I'm talking true joy, a true connection to your purpose, not something where you fill the void of your emotional discomfort. I'm not saying that to attack you personally, but any human being. When I say joy, I mean a true, deep connection where you enjoy the process of your life on a daily basis. You love what you're doing because you're so connected to the present moment and you're enjoying the process. That's what I mean by joy. Not filling a void where we feel uncomfortable and we're doing things because it feels good temporarily. And then it's just about being selfish. Because when I start saying live a life for yourself, people think, okay, he's telling me to be selfish. Not at all. I wish I could communicate to you using words how selfless of an act it is to follow your purpose, to follow what makes you feel joyful, and the impact that is going to have on the planet when you choose to follow what you really want to do and what your heart really wants to do. I wish I could have a better collection of words to fully share that with you and to fully make you see that following your path will satisfy you and also satisfy the planet. So just to conclude this video, the 3 reasons why you may not be satisfied or why any human being may not be satisfied is number 1, a lack of vision and purpose. Find what brings you closer to a vision, what allows you to feel aligned and also allows you to feel like you're moving towards something that's important to you, something that will leave an impact on the planet. Now, right now it doesn't have to leave an impact on the planet, but it's something that feels right to you, and it inherently, again, that is going to leave an impact on the planet, whether it seems like it in the external world or not. When your energy is aligned with your purpose, that's already you leaving a legacy and impacting the planet. Second thing, too much focus on the external, too little on the internal. If you're too lost in the external, it's going to create suffering. It's going to create too much masculine energy, too much focus on something out there. It's important, based on my experience, to pull our energy in and to be aligned with who we are internally as well as externally. And the third thing, which is I think one of the biggest things to take away from this video, is living a life that's not yours. If we live a life that's not ours, we live a life that somebody else wants for us, we live a life that's based on an idea of what somebody thinks is good for us, their story, their narrative, projected onto us. If we live a life because of that, that's going to leave us feeling extremely dissatisfied. Now, that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit to work with me one-on-one and to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.